Daily Mass Readings and Reflection. August 8, 2023. Feast Day of Saint Dominic, Priest. First reading is taken from the book of Numbers chapter 12, verses 1 to 13. Miriam and Aaron spoke against Moses on the pretext of the marriage he had contracted with a Cushite woman. They complained, "Is it through Moses alone that the Lord speaks? Does he not speak through us also?" And the Lord heard this. Now, Moses himself was by far the meekest man on the face of the earth. So at once the Lord said to Moses and Aaron and Miriam, "Come out, you three, to the meeting tent." When both came forward, he said, "Now listen to the words of the Lord. Should there be a prophet among you, in visions will I reveal myself to him, in dreams will I speak to him, not so with my servant Moses. Throughout my house he bears my trust. Face to face I speak to him, plainly and not in riddles. The presence of the Lord he beholds. Why, then, did you not fear to speak against my servant Moses?" So angry was the Lord against them that when he departed, and the cloud withdrew from the tent, there was Miriam, a snow-white leper. When Aaron turned and saw her a leper, he said to Moses, "Ah, my Lord, please do not charge us with the sin that we have foolishly committed." Then Moses cried to the Lord, "Please, not this. Pray, heal her." Responsorial Psalm. Be merciful, O Lord, for we have sinned. A reading from our Holy Gospel according to St. Matthew chapter 14. Verses 22 to 36. Or chapter 15. Verses 1 to 2, 10 to 14. Jesus made the disciples get into a boat and precede him to the other side of the sea, while he dismissed the crowds. After doing so, he went up on the mountain by himself to pray. When it was evening he was there alone. Meanwhile the boat, already a few miles offshore, was being tossed about by the waves, for the wind was against it. During the fourth watch of the night, he came toward them, walking on the sea. When the disciples saw him walking on the sea they were terrified. "It is a ghost," they said, and they cried out in fear. At once Jesus spoke to them. "Take courage. It is I. Do not be afraid," Peter said to him in reply. "Lord, if it is you, command me to come to you on the water." He said, "Come." Peter got out of the boat and began to walk on the water toward Jesus. But when he saw how strong the wind was he became frightened, and, beginning to sink, he cried out, "Lord, save me." Immediately Jesus stretched out his hand and caught him, and said to him, "O you of little faith, why did you doubt?" After they got into the boat, the wind died down. Those who were in the boat did him homage, saying, "Truly, you are the Son of God." After making the crossing, they came to land at Gennesaret. When the men of that place recognized him, they sent word to all the surrounding country. People brought to him all those who were sick and begged him that they might touch only the tassel on his cloak, and as many as touched it were healed. Today's reflection for our Holy Gospel. Take courage. The disciples leave in a boat in the early evening to go back to Capernaum. The journey would be only about 8 kilometers away, an easy journey for these experienced fishermen, if not for the storm a strong one. The original Greek describes torment, distress, and torture. The storm sends sizable waves crashing against the boat. It is the 4th watch of the night between 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock in the morning. Today's gospel paints what sometimes goes on with one's life. Things had been going so well earlier, but now one finds herself in darkness, rowing very hard but not going much anywhere. Jesus knows our troubles and calms the storms of our life. What is the storm that you hope Jesus will calm? Or what is the healing that you hope for if you could reach out and touch Jesus' clothing?